Yeah, good day everyone. How are you doing? This is Class Bridge. And if you are a Jambite, I welcome you specially because I believe that if you are seeing this video, it implies that you are actually preparing for your upcoming Jamb exam. And I pray, may God in His infinite mercy grant you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to pass your exam excellently. Like I used to say, prayer alone is not enough. You have to what? Walk and also pray, right? Very good. You see, I know as a student, there are lots of distractions out there. And this is the time for you to actually quit that your Facebook and face your book. This is the time you have to quit that your TikTok and have a good talk with your books, right? Yeah. JAMB is a one-time exam in a year. The implication is that if anything should go sideways, as students will have to wait a whole year again before taking another JAMB. So in order for you not to fall into this category, I'm beseeching you to do your own due diligence and take this examination seriously. And may God help us all in Jesus' name. So our objective for this class is very, very simple. What we'll be doing here is that we will just take a particular year JAMB question, we will solve it together. You will solve first, then I will also solve it too. Are you getting it? So along the line, I'm going to show you what you need to understand. Because when it comes to mathematics JAMB question, JAMB will not give you a question that will take you 2-3 pages before you get your answer, right? What JAMB is testing is your level of understanding of that particular question, your speed, and your accuracy. So which means you have to be very, very, very smart. So stick with me. Along the line, I'm going to show you some tricks, some shortcuts, and best way to actually tackle some of these questions. So let's dive into the class. Yeah, now this is our first question. So I want you to take some time to actually screenshot this question, attempt it first before you come back for the solution. So I'm going to give you 4 seconds to do that. Now, this is our first question. An average student will say, oh, this question is very simple, just subtraction, right? But you will not know that this question is even deeper than what you think, right? Now, let's see. We have been given this question and they ask us to find x and y respectively in the subtraction above. An average student will just say, okay, let's borrow 1 from 4 to 3. That will be 13, right? So 13 minus 4, that should be 9. But what do we have here? We have 4. Some students will say, sir, this question is not correct. But deep down, the question is correct. What JAMB is trying to test is your knowledge of system of numbers, right? What do you need to observe first? You will observe that this question is not in base 10. The first problem you have to solve is that you have to ask yourself, what is the base of this question? Now, let's assume we are in base 10. If we are in base 10, we can say we borrow 1 from here. This becomes 13, right? Then 13 minus 4, that should give us 9. But instead of us having 9 here, we are having 4. So the question you have to answer here is that, in what number system do we have 9 to be 4, right? And that should be in what? Mode 5. Mode 5. Now, it means that in mode 5, 9 is equals to what? 4 mod 5, right? Which means these numbers are in base 5. So you now permit me to rewrite this as what? 4243 base 5 1 3 x 4 base 5, right? Very good. Now one particular problem is solved. Good. Now you can now see that even 3 is less than 4. So if we say 3 minus 4, it is impossible. So we have to borrow 1 from here. Please take note that if you are borrowing 1 from here, the value we have here will be 5 because that is the base we are working on. It is 10 initially because we are working with base 10, but here it will be 5. So we have 5 here, right? So 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 minus 4 will give us 4, and this is correct. Now this one, we have 3. You know, it was 4 before, but now it is 3 because we have actually borrowed 1 from it. Good. Now 3 minus x is equals to 4. How do we get this? This is what we can do. We can say 3 minus x is equals to 4. What we are looking for is x, right? Very good. So what we do is that we make x the subject of the formula. So we can say x will be equal to 3 minus 4, right? And look at this, is also impossible, right? So what do? We borrow 1 from these 2. And once we borrow 1 from here, this becomes 5 plus 3, that is 8. It is 5 because we are working with base 5. Please take note of that. So 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 minus 4 is what? 4. So this answer means that we have x is equals to 8 minus 4, which is 4. So x is equals to 4. So put it somewhere. X is equals to 4. Very good. Now here we have 2 initially, but because we have borrowed 1, we are left with 1. So 1 minus 3 is not possible. We come here to borrow 1. So once we bring this 1 here, it becomes 5, right? So 5 plus 1 will give us 6. So 6 minus 3 will give us 3. 6 minus 3 will give us 3. That is why we are having 3 here. Now this one is remaining 3. 3 minus 1 is 2, which means that our y is equals to 2. You can see. So for our answer now, x equals 4, y equals 2. Do we have our answer here? Yes. And our answer is C. Our answer is C. 4, 2. Correct. So it's as simple as that. So what Jamb is testing the system of numbers and place value. So you can see it's as simple as that. Let's pick another question. Yeah, you see, this is another simple question. So I'm giving you 5 seconds to screenshot this question and attempt it on your own. Then you can come back to get your solution. You are welcome back. I know many of you will be finding it hard to get your solution from this option, right? This is one of those tricks Jamb use on students. They will purposely set simple question and the answer will not be in the option. They are doing this to just what? Actually waste your time. Many times, this kind of question are bonus question, but they are there as a trap to trap you to waste your time. Are you getting the logic now? Very good. Now let's solve this question together. The first thing you need to understand is that Jamb is trying to test your understanding of base 2 arithmetic. The second thing you need to understand is that Jamb is also testing your understanding of the carryover logic in base 2 arithmetic. Now, many students in this question, they will be tempted to convert this base 2 to base 10 first. Before adding it together, then convert back to base 2. If you do that, you will get the answer. Fine. But you are time constrained, right? And that is why I said it earlier that you have to be very, very smart. This question should not take you more than 30 seconds. So let's solve it together. Now, what do we want to do? We are adding these two numbers together, but note that they are in base 2. So 1 plus 0 in base 2 is 1, right? 1 plus 0 is also 1. But we already know that 1 plus 1 in base 2 is what? 1 and 0, that is 10, right? But what do we write? We write 0, we bring 1 here, right? 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is what? 10, but we have to write 0, right? Then we are carrying over 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 10 base 2. So what is our answer? Our answer should be 1001,011 base 2. But do you see something like this in the option? No, it is not there, right? But once you are sure that your answer is not there, you can just pick any option that you see that is maybe likely, maybe it can be typographical error. So for that, I'll be going with option B, right? It's as simple as that. Please, whenever you come across a question like this, don't waste your time. Just be sure that what you did is correct. So once you are sure that what you are doing is correct, don't waste your time. Move on to the next question because you are time constrained. So let's see another question. Let's see number 3 question. Here is another interesting question I would like you to attempt. It's very, very good for your health. Okay. So I'm giving you 5 seconds to screenshot this question and attempt it on your own. Pick your answer. Then we will solve it together. Now you are welcome back. Now look at this question. This question is testing your understanding of the topic profit and loss in mathematics, right? Very good. Now they said a woman bought a grinder for 60,000 naira. That is the cost price. So we can say let the cost price be CP, right? And she sold it at a loss of 15%, right? Which means the percentage loss is 15%. Please take note of them, right? How much did she sell it, right? So let the selling price be SP. We already know that she sold it at loss, which means there is a particular amount she has lost during this business, right? Let's also put in that variable. Let the loss amount be LA, right? Very good. So from this question now, we already know that the selling price will be what? Equals to the cost price, right? Minus the amount loss, right? Very good. Now, how do we get this? It implies that selling price will be, cost price is what? 60,000 naira, right? Minus, into bracket, our loss amount will be what? 60,000 times 15%, which is 0.15. You can see. So our selling price will simply be 60,000 minus, when we do this multiplication, it will give us 9,000, right? And when we do our subtraction, this will give us 51,000. So it's as simple as that. You can see the option is there, which is what? D. But if you don't want to go by this, you can go by the formula method, and which is very, very simple and straightforward. We can say our selling price is equals to the cost price times 1 minus the percentage loss, which is 0.15. So when we do this, we have it to be what? Selling price equals to 60,000 times 1 minus 0.15 should be 0.85. And when we do the multiplication, we have that to be selling price equals to 60,000 times 0.85 is also 51,000. So it's as simple as that. So let's pick the number 4 question. Yeah, this is another wonderful question. And as a matter of fact, you can't escape question under standard form. You will definitely see them. You will definitely see them. And they are very, very simple to solve. Now, I give you 5 seconds to solve this. Pick your answer, then we solve it together. So let's solve this together. We have 0.00043 times 2,000. Now, when we have a number like this, you can see it's going towards the right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? The power of such number will be in negative. So it will become 4.3 times 10 raised to power minus 4, right? Times, for 2,000 now we're having 1, 2, 3, right? So it will become 2 times 10 raised to power 3, right? So what do you see? This number will multiply 2, so that will give us 8.6 times, we have 10 raised to power minus 4 times 10 raised to power 3. You know, from the laws of indices, when we have a base, you can see they are of the same base, right? When we have the product of a base raising to different number, what do? We add them together. So let's assume we have a raised to power n times a raised to power minus n. When we add them together, it becomes a. When we add the power together, it becomes a raised to power n minus n, right? Because this is negative. So the same thing is applicable here. So we have 8.6 times 10 raised to power minus 4 plus 3. Minus 4 plus 3, that's minus 1. So we have 8.6 times 10 raised to power minus 1. And the answer is D. Simple as that. I know you are going to get this one correctly, so you are doing well. Let's do another one. Now, here is another simple question. So, he said, a man donates 10% of his monthly net earning to his church. If it amounts to 4,500 naira, what is his net monthly income? Very simple question. You don't even have to solve it. The answer is right there looking at you. So let me just give you 5 seconds to solve it. So you are welcome back. Let's solve it together. They said a man donates 10% of his monthly earnings. The monthly earning is unknown, so let it be X, right? Right? Now, they said 10% of his monthly earning. Of in mathematics is multiplication. So we are having X times 10%. 10% is 0.1, right? Is equals to 4,500, right? So we can say we have 0.1 x equals 4,500. So x, which we are looking for, will be what? 4,500 divided by 0.1. You know, when we have a situation like this, you divide both sides by the coefficient of x, right? And when we divide what we have, this will become 45,000 naira. So this is his monthly earning, and the answer is C. Let's see number 6 question. Now here is another wonderful question. So number 6, we are asked to find P ratio Q ratio R in the question above, right? This particular question is testing our knowledge on ratio and proportionality, right? Now we have P ratio Q to be equals to 2 over 3 ratio 5 over 6. Now when we talk about ratio, we can rewrite it as P over Q equals to 2 over 3. Ratio means division divided by 5 over 6, right? Now, when division changes to multiplication, this one will reverse such that the denominator becomes the numerator, right? So we have P over Q to be equals to 2 over 3 times 6 over 5. And this will give us 12 over 15. When we simplify, we have it to be 4 over 5. So which means that P over Q is equals to 4 over 5. This is 1. Okay, so let's say for Q ratio R. Q ratio R now, Q over R will be what? 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 2. I told you that ratio means division. So we have Q over R to be what? 3 over 4 times 2 over 1. So here we have it to be what? 6 over 4, which is the same thing as what? 3 over 2. So we can now simply say Q over R is equals to 3 over 2. You can see we are simplifying it. So here we have said P over Q is 4 over 5. Also, Q over R is equals to 3 over 2, right? Now, what do you observe? We are looking for, permit me to clean this. We are looking for P ratio Q ratio R. But we have a problem. And the problem is that Q is common to both P and R. Not just that it's only common, but the value of Q is different, right? So we have to find a way to make the value of Q to be the same for P and R. So what do? It is very simple. Just pick the value of Q here, which is 5, right? Use it to multiply both numerator and denominator here. So our new Q over R becomes 5 times 3, 15, over 5 times 2, that's 10. That's the simple logic to solving it. Now, what is the value of Q here? It's 3. Use it to multiply both P and Q. So here we have P over Q to be what? 4 times 3, that's 12, over what? 5 times 3, that's what? 15. What do you observe? Q is 15 here. Q is also 15 here. So what do you now see? P is equals to 12. Q is equals to 15. R is equals to 10. So we can rewrite it as what? 12 ratio 15 ratio 10. Do we have our answer? 12, 15, 10, and our answer is C. It's as simple as that. So if you got C, just like me, it means you are a genius. You are doing well. So let's move on to the next question. The truth is, if you have been with me so far, it means you are really doing well. And it means you are ready to face this exam. And I pray God in his infinite mercy will grant you success in your exam. Amen. So let's see this question. This is a very, very simple question. I expect every one of us to get it right. So I'm giving you 5 seconds to solve this question. You are welcome back. So let's solve this question together very quickly. This is a logarithmic equation question, right? So it's very, very simple. We have log of base 3 x squared equals minus 8. So whenever we have a situation like this, let's assume we have log a raised power m base n equals to x. What do? This base here, we come to this place and this x will become the power. So it means we'll be having a raised power m is equals to n raised power x, right? It's as simple as that. So that is the logic we want to use here. So it means we'll be having x squared is equal to 3 raised power minus 8. Once you get to this point, you already arrive at your final answer. What do? Whenever we have something like this, take for example, you have x squared equals to 4. What do? We square root both sides, Abby. You say find the square root of both sides, Abby, such that this one becomes x. These two cancel this, right? So x equals plus or minus 2, right? Very good. The same thing is applicable here. But one thing we don't know, or one thing we don't really understand about square root is this. I'm going to show you. This is what is happening actually. This x squared here equals 4. It means that when we are taking square root, we can say x squared is equals to 2 raised power 2, right? So when we square root this side here, what we are doing here is we are multiplying it by 1 over 2. So when you multiply a power by 1 over 2, it's still the same thing as finding its square root. You will see what is going to happen. This one will cancel this naturally. So we are having x equals to, these two will cancel these two. Can you see? And that is why we have here to be plus or minus 2 is still remaining. So this logic here is what we want to apply here, right? Very good. So when we find the square root here, we multiply this one by what? Half. We multiply the power by half, right? Very good. So this will take care of this. So we are left with x equals plus or minus 3 raised power what? 2 here 4, right? So we are left with what? This by minus 4. And what is going to happen? Whenever we have 3 raised power a negative number, it is called inverse, right? So it is still the same thing as saying x equals 1 over 3 raised power what? 4. And this become 1 over 81. So we can say x is equals to plus or minus 1 over 81. It's as simple as that. Unfortunately, the option is not there, but if you get plus or minus 1 over 81, you are correct. And if you disagree with me, put it in the comment section below. So we are learning, we keep learning. So let's pick another question. Yes, this is number 8 question. You see, for this number 8 question, I'm not going to be solving it for you. I want you to solve it on your own, right? And make sure to drop your answer in the comment box section. So if you do not get it right, then I will send the solution to the group directly. Is that clear? All right, so take your time, solve it diligently, right? Okay. Yo, I'm kidding. All right, let's solve this question together. Before you guys will be saying, that master too did not know it. That's why I say we should solve it. All right, let's do it together. So here, we are asked to rationalize this sort, right? All right. So, and when we want to rationalize a surd, we need to find their conjugate, right? So here is it. We have 2 minus the square root of 5 over 3 minus the square root of 5, right? Now we need to find the conjugate of the denominator. So the conjugate of the denominator here, is 3 plus the square root of 5. So is this conjugate we are going to use to multiply both the numerator and the denominator. So it will become 2 minus root 5 over 3 minus root 5 times 3 plus root 5 over 3 plus root 5. What do you observe? This is just a trick. What we are doing here is just like we are multiplying this left hand side by 1, because you can see this can actually cancel this one out. It is just a trick. You get the logic now. So let's continue. So 2 multiplied by 3, we have it to be 6. 2 multiplied by root 5, that's plus 2 root 5, right? Minus root 5 multiplied by 3, that will give us minus 3 root 5, right? Minus root 5 multiplied by root 5, that will give us minus 5. I hope you know, because we'll be having minus the square root of 25, and the square root of 25 is what? Minus 5. Yeah. The square root of 25 is 5, but we have minus here, right? And that's minus 5. So let's continue. Over 3 times 3, that's 9. 3 times plus root 5, that will give us plus 3 root 5. Minus root 5 times 3 will give us minus 3 root 5. Minus root 5, just like what we have at the numerator. Minus root 5 times plus root 5 will give us minus 5. So this will take care of this. They will cancel out. So we are left with 6. 6 minus 5, that's 1. Right? Alright, so 2 root 5 minus 3 root 5 is just like saying 2 pencil, 2 pen minus 3 pen, right? That's minus 1 pen, right? So we are having minus 1, let me put it, minus 1 root 5. I don't even really need to put the 1, but let's just put it. All over 9 minus 5, that's 4. So the final answer should be, let me put it here, should be 1 minus root 5 over 4. And this is correct. Do we have it? 1 minus root 5 over 4. Correct. The answer is B. Correct. Now, this is another wonderful question that deserves a wonderful solution. So I'm giving you 5 seconds to solve this. Very good. Now let's see this question together. This question is testing your understanding of logarithm of the same base, right? So here we have log of base 2, log 8 base 2 plus log 16 base 2 minus log 4 base 2, right? Very good. So whenever we have a situation like this, what do? What we can do is to try to express those numbers in terms of their base, right? So here we can say that log 8 is still the same thing as 2 raised to power 3, right? So instead of writing 8, we write 2 raised to power 3 base 2 plus log 2 raised to power 4 base 2 minus log 2 raised to power 2 base 2. So the power becomes the coefficient, right? So we have it to be what? 3 log 2 base 2 plus 4 log 2 base 2 minus 2 log 2 base 2, right? Very good. And one of the rules is that when we have log of a number to its base, right? Log a base a is what? 1, right? Which means all this becomes 1, this become 1, and this become 1. So we can say 3 times 1 plus 4 times 1 minus 2 times 1, right? 3 times 1, that's 3, plus 4 minus 2. That's 7 minus 2, which is 5. So our answer is D. As simple as that. So if you got D as your final answer, it means you are doing well. So let's pick another question. Yeah, you are welcome back. This is another wonderful question. So they said if P is equals to, we have P to be equal to the set 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And P union Q is equal to the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They are asking us to list the elements in Q, right? It's very, very, very simple. Now, the key idea is that P union Q contains all elements in P and all elements in Q, right? Now, which means that if we have said that P, the elements in P is given, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What element of P union Q do you see that we don't have in P, right? Those elements are the elements that belongs to Q, right? Do you get it? So we see 1, we see 2 that belong to P, we see 3 that belong to P, we see 4 that belong to P, and we also see 5 that belong to P. So you ask yourself, where is this 6 and 7 coming from? They are coming from what? Q. So the element in Q is simply given as 6, 7. It's as simple as that, and our answer is D. Simple and straightforward.